This apartment house on Park Avenue in New York is the temporary shelter of Gene Kelly while he's searching for a permanent place of his own. This apartment belongs to another up-and-coming young entertainer named Milton Berle. Evening, Gene.
Good evening, Ed, and thank you very much for a very nice introduction. Thank you, Ed.
Well, it was accurate, I'm sure. Milton isn't by any chance hiding under the couch or in one of the closets, is he?
No, he's got a lot of old jokes in the closets. I hope Milton's listening in because I'm really very grateful to him for letting me have his apartment for the last 6 months, although I had to give him my house on the coast. And we made a trade, you see. The only trouble was they started digging up the road outside my house and tearing down the house next door, and poor Milton had to move out, and here I am in his apartment, filling it with a lot of my souvenirs and things that I brought to New York while I'm looking for a place to stay for good.
Have you heard from Milton lately?
Well, I hear from Milton once in a while. If he does a bad show on television, I call him up and give him about it.
Gene, how does it feel to be back on Broadway?
Well, actually, it's been a wonderful experience, mainly because I worked with wonderful people, and I guess mainly because we have a hit show, the Flower Drum Song, plug.
That helps, doesn't it?
Now, working with Oscar Hammerstein, Joe Fields, Richard Rogers, Carol Haney, all that gang was a lot of fun, and they're great people. And coming back to Broadway after 15, 16 years it wasn't a chore, let me put it that way. That's an understatement.
I take it you've decided to stay around for a while.
Well, I'm going to keep my place in California, but I'm here half the time, so I'm going to get an apartment in New York, and I brought a lot of my stuff already from California.
Is your daughter here with you, Gene?
No, my daughter's in school in Geneva, in Switzerland. She'll be there this year and next year, and then she'll come back, and she'll be going to college then. Can I be a proud father for a moment?
Please do.
I'll show you some of the things she brought. I think you do this all the time in this program anyway, so I'm going to take advantage of it. This is a present my daughter made me when she was 9 years old. That was for my birthday, and it's a drawing of a house that we stayed in London. It's Robert Donut's house.
Oh, yeah.
And I've taken it here because when I do move to my apartment, I'm going to take that along with me. I'll show you my daughter and a few other things. Just bring those cameras right along here.
We're with you.
All right.
Do you have any trouble keeping up with your daughter as a dancer?
Well, I do at times, but there's another fellow that gives me trouble too, and he's right here. That's my pal Fred Astaire, and it's another one of the things I brought from California to stick on the wall of my projected apartment here. Fred is always with me, and this was a number we did together. So when I say he's always with me, at least in the apartment. The keeping up with my daughter is another job. I find that she is at the age where they're going dancing, and so many of the young people think that we professional dancers have an edge on this, but after several hours of it, I think she defeats me, I must say.
Gene, a few weeks ago when we called on Agnes DeMille, she told us how she goes about creating a new dance. Where do you get your ideas, and how do you put them together?
Well, I don't think I could be as articulate as Agnes about that, but sometimes it happens through a story. If you're doing a part in a story and it calls for dance, it comes that way. Sometimes you get an idea and you fit it in. Right now I'm doing a television show on Sunday, which is a new experience for me. It's a live show. It's called Omnibus. It's on Sunday at 5 on NBC, and it's a show with all men. It's a show about men dancers, and I'm going to show that, I hope, to all the young fellas in America that dancing isn't a sissy game, that it's a man's game, and that to prove my point, I've asked a lot of my friends in the sport and athletic world to come and be on the show with me. There'll be Mickey Mantle and Sugar Ray Robertson and Johnny Unitas and Vic Seixas, Dave Sim, a lot of fellas that you and I both know. And right now I've been working the last few days on something that, well, these don't belong to me. The engineers own these. That's sort of a geometric thing, is it? But we have to work on floor plans. I put Mickey Mantle over here and Sugar Ray Robertson over here. And this is a new way to create dances for me because in this strange world of television, it is strange to me. You have to use 5 or 6 cameras and one can't get in the way of the other. But putting on the dance and talking about it is really the same thing.
Well, then, your theory is that dancing and athletics complement each other, right?
Well, I think it's more than a theory. I think it's a fact. I know that I started in high school in sports. My mother, to whom I really owe all my success and all my talent for work, because she always wanted me to dance or play an instrument or do something extracurricular besides go out and play football. But I started playing football, baseball, and so forth, and I became a pretty good athlete. And then when I finally did want to go to dancing school, after my mother had tried to get me to go and did get me to go for a few years as a kid, I found that the athletic training was as large a part of the training as the dancing itself. So I recommend it highly to any boy. And listen in Sunday, and I'll try to show you that.
Do you have any problem keeping in good dancing trim, Gene?
Well, yes. If I do a straight show, I find that I get out of whack. If I do a straight show for, let's say, a month or two, then when I start to train, I have to really go at it much harder than if I hadn't been training for that time. When I did Flower Drum Song, I didn't do too much dancing, and so I've been making up for it the last 2 weeks.
Well, from what you say, I gather that you'd agree with the people who say that we Americans are just plain getting too soft, right?
Yes, I do. I think that we should have done more about the physical fitness program of President Eisenhower. A couple of years ago, he had great talks about going ahead with something nationally. We never did. Over 30 men don't take enough care of themselves, including myself. We all let ourselves go.
Too true, unfortunately.
Yep.
Gene, you seem to get involved in just about every kind of job there is in show business. This doesn't leave you much time for other interests, does it?
Well, I have other things. I'll show you a few. Around here, I've brought some stuff from California. Well, here, this isn't anything much. It's a poster. I paid, I think, $1.50 for it, but I dropped some paint on it while I was painting the outside of my house. It became a family joke, so I kept it. But these I'm very proud of, and I brought them along with me. They're African dance masks, and they're going to go in my New York apartment. And as a matter of fact, I got them from Billy Pearson, the jockey, who found them in a collection in Paris. And they're really wonderful masks. I could go on and on about those, but I won't.
Gene, as one essentially devoted to the arts, how are you at the other end of the ladder when it comes to business dealing?
Well, can I use the word lousy? No, I'm pretty much bored with business dealings, I must confess. I don't sneer at money. I like to get paid well, but sitting in on a business deal or trying to wangle something I find I'm not good at. I also find that I admire people who are good at it. I know fellows I went to school with. Some of them are lawyers or businessmen or bankers and doing very well. And I look with admiration on the businessman who does a good job as much as I do on the artist. However, I wouldn't or couldn't be one for the world. And so here I am in the creative end of doing just about everything I get my hands on, and maybe I'm stuck with it.
But you had some experience in other fields before you made a living as a dancer, didn't you?
Well, I did what a lot of fellas did in college. I tried to make money to help put myself through college. I did odd jobs. I worked in a gas station. I was a bricklayer's assistant. I dug ditches. I worked in a tire factory. I was a camp counselor, and I taught gymnastics. And finally, my kid brother, Fred, I found out was who had been listening to my mother
Yeah.
and taking dancing lessons, he would pick up a little extra change here and there for just an hour's work doing a little dance number. So I asked him if he'd show me a couple of steps. And Fred taught me some tap steps, and we formed a little dance team. And that's really how I got started. It was when I was in college. And I've been going at it ever since.
But like most little boys now, you weren't too keen on dancing when you were a little boy, right?
No, I guess I hated it. As I say, it's only due to the fact that my mother was such a far-sighted woman that I took any dance lessons at all. I thought it was real sissy stuff, and I just wouldn't go, except when she made me, and I bless her for it now.
Tell me this. What's the Gene Kelly explanation of what it takes to make a solid professional showman?
Wow, that's
Simple
yeah,
question.
No. Well, Ed, I think you have to learn your craft. You have to learn your trade as you do in anything. I think that you have to be honest and sincere with yourself. Now, I know that sounds a little platitudinous. Is that the right word?
No, it's fine.
Good. But I think if you really work hard and learn your craft and you like your job, that's the main thing.
I'm sure that's the important thing. Thank you, Gene. Good night, and have a good trip to Switzerland, and say Merry Christmas to Carrie, will you?
I shall.
Good night, Gene.
Thanks.